This is the Criterion Creeps podcast, and tonight we're talking about The Naked City from 1948, directed by Jules Dassin. Uh, Tagline for this film, RJ:
Mm-hmm.
The soul of a city, her glory stripped, her passion bared.
What do you mean? I don't think passion was ever
Like,
bared in this.
yeah, it's mostly just like, I don't know, chloroforming broads, throwing people in rivers. But anyway, getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
What's this Naked City about? Well, synopsis. The Naked City portrays the police investigation that follows the murder of a young model. A veteran cop is placed in charge of the case, and he sets about, with the help of other beat cops and detectives, finding the girl's killer.
Girls killed. Somebody
You
died in
know,
this movie?
yeah, yeah, a couple, a
I
few.
don't remember anyone dying in this movie.
Hey, so you know about Jules Dassin? Remember that guy?
He made a movie
You've
that
seen
I liked. I can't remember what it was.
Thieves Highway.
Oh shit!
Apple. It's
The
about
apples.
apples.
The apples.
Yeah.
The thing with the fingers being
Night and
these apples.
and Night and the City, which were the two movies he made right after The Naked City, and lest we forget Rafifi,
Rafifi?
Rafifi,
Rafifi?
and I think we'll be watching Brute Force in a little while here too.
Is that like a
It's a prison movie.
prison? Holy
Yeah,
shit! So you're saying this Dassin guy? He's one of the guys.
I think he's a real manly man. He likes to make man
Okay.
pictures.
Okay.
It's like, you can really, yeah, you can hear and feel the
You can
sweat
feel the
between
man.
the legs running down,
Do you know about man punch?
slapping about. Yeah, rabbit
No,
punch.
man punch.
Is that like bonking,
Kind
RJ?
of like bonking, but it's
Bonking people.
it's you have to use a certain appendage for it.
Okay. Moving
Yeah, I didn't
on.
say which one.
I've seen this movie
You
before.
have? How come?
Yeah. I don't know, because it's got a cool
Okay.
title. I think I even somewhere in a box in my possession, I have a copy of the Naked City television series in its entirety. The reason why, one reason, Amazon.com fucked up their pricing on this, like, I don't know, 100 something odd dollar set,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like $15, and I just ordered it, and they shipped it. Have I watched it? No, no, I have not. But it opens up with the final words of this movie about how there's an 8 million people,
In the
8
city.
million stories in the Naked City. This is one of them.
So was the TV show good? You
Apparently,
didn't watch it?
I know I said that. I've never
Oh,
watched it.
but you own it? You should have
Yeah,
watched it this week.
I
What are
don't
you doing?
watched all. I don't know how many episodes there are. 80, 90 episodes. Who knows? I don't even know. But it's a big box. If I remember about it. Anyways, so I was kind of like, what did I give this movie before? 7 out of 10, which is like, yeah, it's probably going to be about there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember too much about it. When I was trying to be like, I've seen this, but I don't remember anything. And after watching it, I'm not surprised I feel that way,
Mm-hmm.
but not. But it's not. I didn't enjoy myself. So,
Do you when do you enjoy yourself? Like, what are things you get joy out of?
oh, I don't know. Transatlantic accents. You know about
Oh,
those?
is it anything like South American slash United Kingdom accents?
Maybe it
Okay.
is. Maybe it is. Hey,
Hmm.
RJ, do you know about the photographer Weegee?
I know about Ouija boards.
Yeah,
Is that somehow
I
connected?
bet you do. Nope.
Okay.
It's spelt differently as
Ah,
well.
shit.
Weegee. So he was a New York photographer who photographed the mean streets of New York City. He was there, taking pictures of car accidents, kind of aftermaths of crimes or burnt out buildings, day to day
Mm-hmm.
life. He was there. He was driving around using kind of fast cameras using kind of like big flash lighting, so you get big contrast, dramatic images.
Mhm.
Fairly influential. He was kind of doing what people would consider photography, like art photography, but it was like so well done that it's kind of now collected in art photography context, and they're talking about like documentation and
Mhm.
that kind of thing. He's one of those guys, like if you're ever interested in true crime stuff, he's one of those people that pops up and depicting like your 1930s, 1940s America and the urban experience. He's one of those dudes. So he was an influence on this because he actually had a book come out called Naked City like a few years earlier. He was a visual consultant on the
Oh,
movie.
was he?
He
What's a visual
was,
consultant?
but
What's that job?
I don't know.
You just
You
look
go
at
around and say,
stuff.
"Yeah, looks like you're doing a good job
Okay.
over there. Yeah, keep going. That looks pretty good to me."
Mm.
Like I don't know. When do I get
When am I
paid?
getting paid? Can we get an auditory consultant? Unpaid
Auditory consult.
internship for an auditory consultant for the
Oh, oh,
podcast.
oh, okay. Audio consultant.
Uh,
I feel like we've
yeah,
got. I feel like I already got one that's keeping good tabs on
Craig.
us.
Oh,
Shughead.
okay. Okay. I like that.
He lets me know when I drop the ball. I don't have to pay him a fucking cent. He pays me.
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so this movie's prides itself because this movie's narrated by a sassy man who died like not that I don't even think the movie was out yet when he died. He was like, what's this guy's name again? Mark Hellinger.
Sure.
I mean, he was the producer. He was 44, died of a heart attack. Hashtag died suddenly, RJ.
Do you think
Because
he
no
was
one ever died of heart attacks.
slamming down burgers or what?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he had a predilection for some triples, some
Oh, some
baconators.
grandpas maybe.
Yeah,
Well, grandpa burger. All
yeah,
right, all right.
yeah. Who knew that like young people died of heart attacks
Not me.
in as early as 1947? It's
Not me.
crazy.
I had no idea.
No,
I'm gonna not change my lifestyle.
don't do
Nope.
it.
Nope.
Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so where do we begin with this movie? Nice looking movie, but it prides itself on the fact that it's all shot on location using the real place, no sets. Even though there's very obviously times where they're not using like locations because it wouldn't have worked for lighting when they're like say standing by a body of water, you can see that it's constructed.
Mm.
But for the most part, yeah, the movie's actually shot on location, which is really cool because New York's a really nice looking place. Opens up with like not a helicopter shot, but
Mm.
plane shot of New York.
It's a drone.
It's
It's a drone shot.
it's a
Yeah,
drone
yeah.
shot.
I know.
I
I
see.
know.
And
You're not
Wingard
really up to date.
and Wingard came back in time with
Yeah,
his
you're not
drone.
really up to
Said,
date with filming practices, but that's a drone, dude. It's really common. It's really common.
okay, yeah,
So, anyways, continue about the drone shot.
yeah. So we get this like brief little montage of like all the things that are happening in the city at any given point. Kind of little snippets, a little drop-ins on like, here's somebody doing this, and this is what happens.
Mm.
But the big one, the big dramatic one, is two dudes killing a woman, and it's just presented matter of fact, and it's a bit of a shock. You're like, whoa, they're just
You
killing
were
her.
shocked
You're
by
like,
that?
or I was
Oh,
shocked.
okay. Okay. Yeah, me
My
too.
my 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 socks shot off because up to that point, there's depicting like petty
Sure.
things or like little moments, and then you're like, oh, it's a murder. And then we get to see one of the culprits involved with this being drunk with the other culprit. And this guy keeps running his mouth, talking. He's like, alcohol is something you should be staying
Mm.
off of, pally. And as my popular letterbox review notes, this guy scoop slams the drunk man into the East River.
Have you ever scoop slammed anybody?
I have not. I have not. Usually, scoop slamming requires the cooperation of your opponent in terms of pro wrestling. Otherwise, they're going to be like dead weight, and if they can fight out of it. But this guy was so he socked him, and then deadlifted him and plopped him into the
He
water.
rock'em socked him,
Um,
roboted him.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we get some ADR voices over top. You talk too much. You'll be a problem.
In movies like this, I find it endearing. In
Yeah.
new
Oh
stuff
yeah.
like shows and movies, when I hear ADR stuff, I'm just like, like because it seems like it's so distinguishable. I think I don't have a great ear, but it's so distinguishable. But in these movies, it's like, yeah,
Oh, part of the
yeah, it
charm. Part of the
is, it
charm.
is. Oh well, what are we talking about? Scoop
So we
slams.
scoops, yeah, scoop
Yeah.
slams. Uh, so we got a dead body on our hands, and the cops come and knocking. What now, RJ? In the last hour or so, we've been going on about accents. What did you think of Detective Lieutenant Dan Muldoon's accent?
Like this, Jarrett. He talked in a way that you wouldn't really recognize.
Muldoon.
No, dude. He kind of talked like this. I that's not, he didn't sound like any of those, but I actually didn't mind the way this guy talked. I thought he was okay. I thought it was good. I've seen the worst accent in the world. So,
Yep.
everything after that is, not bad. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. So,
Well, there. So yeah, uh, the cleaner, the housekeeper, she finds the body. She lets out a scream,
ah,
and the police are notified. Our two leads, they show up and they start doing a little bit of investigating.
oh yeah? One
Yeah.
sense.
Well, it's like, well, kid, Dan Muldoon's like, well, I can tell you this much, and then there's all these little things that I don't know, I guess the coroner kind of picks up on. It's like, well, you can see there's some burns on her face, and you can tell that's from the chloroform,
Oh
and then you can
shit.
see she's got some white substance around her lips from the water, which means that she was knocked out and then placed into the bathtub, thinking that we would assume that she had drowned in the tub,
Shit.
and it was an accident. Dun
They
dun
figured it all out.
dun.
You can't teach
They
that.
figure it all
Mhm.
out. I mean, at this point, like the movie's been punctuated by colorful New Yorkian types, actors playing New Yorkers anyway, who's saying, "What do you mean by that?
Oh, oh.
Lay your hands off me!"
Hey fella, you got a quarter? Those kinds of guys.
Yeah,
Here's your root beer, sir.
yeah. Here's a nickel. Now scram.
Scram, beat it, you beat neck. Oh, I'm Woody Allen. Oh,
I don't know about that.
he's from New York.
He'd be talking about making, but he's talking about making
Oh,
love.
what about making love? Oh,
Nothing, man. One of the most traumatizing scenes is in Annie Hall with him in his like little undershirt and large boxers, and he's like kind of canoodling Diane Keaton, who's upset on the bed, and he's like putting his ropey little arms around her
and
and
he
like
says, "Listen,
harassing her
listen,
shoulders.
baby, I'm a sexual creature. I got needs." That's a
That's
quote,
right.
actually.
That's a
That's a
quote.
quote from this
But
film.
he says, he often says, "Make love."
Gotta make love for my sexual desires. Oh.
Wow. Hmm. And then talk about what Freud said.
Well, there's some of that too. There's some of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's
Some draw,
Guyanese
some
is his accent, or
right.
something like that. I can't remember. Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, New York people.
Uh,
Yeah.
New York people, naked people in the city.
Naked?
That is this movie is kind of false advertising. Not there's no where's the nudity?
Yeah, when I put this on, I was like, holy shit, finally a movie I'm interested in. A naked city? Everyone is naked? Fuck. Not the case.
My kind of
My
porno.
kind of porno. And then I was had. I was had.
Yeah. Hey, RJ, you know what name appears in this list of characters?
No.
There's a man named Frank Niles. Niles.
Frank Niles?
Frank Niles.
Are you telling me that we have 3 Niles in
on
3
this show.
hours.
Yeah. 2 are first names. This is a last.
I don't want to like. Some will say that it's rigged. Some people out there, they're gonna comment. They're gonna say this. They say you rigged it. Say,
You trying to say the fix? You trying to say the fix is in? I'm not running a clean show
the
here.
fixes
Is that what you're
in they
trying to allude? Are you trying to allude to this, RJ?
they're manipulating people's thoughts on this
Yeah.
one. It's not fair.
Hit the skids, pal.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of that.
Oh,
Little
no.
of this, little of
So,
that.
we're presented with some investigation. There's this man named Mr. Philip Henderson, one of the victim's boyfriends.
Boys and girls.
You know, that's right. Which our detectives are running down. They're gonna find all these clues, aren't they, RJ?
The ones they can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So essentially, the movie boils down to there's a the, the scene of men of like detectives going around with a photograph of a man in his underpants and just going like multiple times for like I don't know a minute straight.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this man? Have you seen this man in this photograph, ma'am? It's just like people in park benches, just random people, and just like this photo of this guy in wrestling pose, 2 hands forward, like kind of a wide stance, but you know, just in his trunks.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this man? Have you seen this man? Because we find out that this guy who's actually responsible for the killing, but it takes a little bit of, it takes a little while, takes a little while to get there. Uh, I don't know. They do this twice. Then eventually there's a hit because it's all about getting to like who the real culprit is because we shot him from behind, so you couldn't tell. We were going to trick you. So they don't do the Columbo style where you know who the killer is, and then you're watching the movie thinking, "Oh, they're going to get away with it the whole time," or "How are they going to? How is Columbo going to solve this one?"
And
How's Jessica going to solve this one this time? Well, through good old trusty police work, and they don't even have to beat a single eyewitness.
are you sure though? Like, wouldn't it help if they did a couple at least?
It might.
Like just like one. Like just
no.
and not even beat, like, you know, just get a phone book. Because that doesn't leave bruises. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, the old style.
So one of the first guys is an ex-boyfriend, Frank Niles, who's like got some stories, some
Tall
he's
tales?
a liar, tall tales about I couldn't possibly know anything about that. What's going on? So because he's lying, he's a suspect, and you know it could be a lover's quarrel, some bitterness about seeing a new guy, and got a little jealous, got a little heated, and he killed her because he couldn't stand the idea of any other man holding his girl, and he went and took care of it. So of course the police follow that up, but red herring. Her parents come by. Was it Mr. and Mrs. Battery? And they're there to tell you she was a good girl. She wasn't like that.
She was the best dame in town. She ain't never did nothing wrong to nobody, and she ain't never got her fingers dirty. That kind of gal.
That's right.
I understand.
And
then what happened?
So, but this Niles guy though, he is kind of a no good Nick. You know, selling stolen goods, getting some scratch, trying to get away to Mexico. Then you find out that there's other belongings that have gone missing, and then you find out there's a sort of this elaborate kind of backdrop where someone's dating somebody and they're stealing stuff and they don't know about it, and then the guy you think it is, he's actually engaged, but then you find out that he was actually seeing the victim on the side as a coincidence, and there was people trying to cover up the fact that they were stealing to make money off of it, and this all comes as a surprise. We have the young detective, of course, is like there's some tensions there between this woman who's been kind of betrayed by the man that she is involved with, and now she's like, well, police officers are such great people. They would never do anything to treat me badly. But we're all in this to pursue truth in the end.
What's your proof? What's your truth?
Guess my proof of
Yeah,
truth.
what truth are you living currently, Jarrett?
I don't know. I'm living that mini life, mini fig life.
Yeah, do you have any Naked City minis?
Not yet.
Oh.
Maybe I can 3D print some off.
You know what I think would be a good mini? It's just a tall frosted mug of root beer.
It's a mini.
Yeah, because I mean it's prominent, and that was my favorite part of this movie was the way that root beer looked. I was like, "Fuck, that looks good."
Oh yeah, you felt
I
thirsty.
did. I was like, "That's the kind of root
Hey,
beer Stephen King talks about."
how was the smoking in this movie in terms of like giving you the urge?
Uh, it didn't force anything upon me. There's movies that
No.
do, and there's movies that don't. You know what I think was the movie that most strongly pushed me? It was like, I gotta go right now. Was Hollywoodland with like Ben Affleck. I saw that
Yeah.
movie with Ham Meat in theaters, and there was so much smoking. Like, I don't think there's a scene without somebody smoking. I think like an hour in that movie, we just left. We were like, we gotta go. We gotta go right now. I don't know if we even went back. I think we did, but I can't remember. This movie was mid.
Okay. What about when you said that scene with all those like young boys jumping into the East River,
Oh,
and then we get that shot of the kid like, who's about to jump down, and he's like and he sees there's this dead floating
it's a
body.
really, really good proof of point of my philosophy of don't do anything ever, because all that's gonna happen is you're gonna jump on a dead body. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
something gross is
it's
gonna
good.
happen.
Eventually, it's going to
Yeah.
happen.
I mean, one day you're gonna go into taco time, and it might not be a dead body, but there might just be a huge piece of shit on the floor, and you're gonna say, "Hey, what happened?"
Wait, whoa,
And they'll
wait,
say,
what?
"Ah, a dude came in, took a huge shit on the floor," and you'll go, "Oh,
And, then, and he died. We got rid of him
we got
though.
rid of him, but no one's had time yet to get rid of that."
I mean, we just
Yeah.
finished.
Hey, do fast food employees? I mean, obviously they gotta clean the bathroom, right?
Yeah, someone's
Do
gotta.
you think they wash their hands?
I mean, they're right there cleaning everything else. And I'm assuming that they probably don't want to touch what they have to clean either. So they probably got gloves. And then they probably do wash their
I
hands.
feel for those guys. I couldn't imagine a worse nightmare than myself than just like cleaning up like 8 dudes' shit, like literal.
Well, I, didn't you just describe your nightly shift at Pizza Hut?
Yeah, but I've been answering the phone lately. Pizza
Okay.
Hut, and I just take the order, so I don't have
Nothing but.
Pizza Hut, nothing but 310 10 10. Pizza Hut. That's for the locals out there. Just for you
Yeah.
guys. Um yeah, dispatch. It's in one city in the province. That's pretty wild.
Dispatch. So they find the dead body. They pull out. They go, "Hey,
Hmm.
Mac, if I was going to have to date when this body expired, it would seem to be shortly after the other's death. I think they might be linked."
Uh, I think it's a jump.
That's some. That's called 4D chess
Oh.
or convenience of plot. The one thing I laugh about is I copied this from the Wikipedia entry. Through further methodical but tedious investigation, Halloran discovers that Bacillus is accomplished. Yeah, you find out that the guy who's in the water, um, he's got an accomplice, this Willie Garza, which is a fantastic name. Who's a former pro wrestler who plays the harmonica. And this, of course, leads to some old photos being shared around of Garza, that man in his trunks,
What's he doing in
um,
his trunks?
posing.
Doing what?
I don't know. There's like back this whole thing of Muldoon, still on about the Niles thing, who's like a shady guy, who then he gets the fact that it's Garza too, and you're like, oh, I guess they've both arrived at different conclusions, but for completely unnecessary reasons, this is happening concurrent. So this movie can be 100 minutes long, and you go, we got there, we know it's fine. We don't care who this guy is. Like we don't know him. Like it's weird, right? Sometimes you watch these procedurals and just something wrong with the structure in terms of like the investigation itself. Where you're like, this isn't the most compelling way to tell this, is it? So, uh, the young cop goes to he finds Garza after he hits he goes to like a playground, starts asking children, "Have you seen this man in the photograph?" And this girl goes, "I have. He lives right over there." And she's like, "Oh, thank you, young lady." And then he goes and says, "Hey, buddy, your friend Bacchus, he's in the hospital. Wink, wink." But of course, it's like, nah, he's not. I know you're pulling up my leg here, Kappa, but let's go check him out. You go put your jacket on and bend over right here. Boom! I'm gonna punch you in the head.
Bend
I'm
over?
gonna knock you out.
Did
Yeah,
he?
you gotta pick up that thing I dropped, buddy. And then he saps him. He knocks him out cold. And he starts. Oh yeah, because we also get a showcase of his 1940s jacked bod. Did you enjoy that? Him having a pose
I
down in the
liked his
mirror.
description. He say, "You see this? You like this? You see what I'm working with here, brother?" He said, "Look at this here, brother. No smokes, no
Yeah.
drinks." And then I went, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" Said, "I'm all for these hot abs, but
Abs in quotation
you're
marks.
preaching to the wrong choir here, friend, buddy."
No.
I did just like
I
I like how he's the picture I put out today where he's like, "You see this? You like this? You like what I'm working with this here?" I thought it
mhm.
was really fun. I was like, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Well, this guy's on the run.
Yeah.
And we get a little chase. We get a little chase scene. We get a little bit of guide dogs getting shot.
Yeah.
How about that, RJ? Did that get an animal violence tag?
I don't know if I saw that. A guide dog got shot?
Yeah.
Well, fuck, I'll take that now. I didn't see that. When did that happen?
Well, I mean, if you didn't, when he's like running away, he panics.
Uh-oh.
Has a freak out because he sees the heat coming down on him. He doesn't know which way to
Oh, I
go.
see.
Then it goes to the whatever bridge that is, one of those New York bridges.
Yeah.
Everyone converges, and he sees the police coming toward him on one side, and then from the other, and he starts going up the tower, and then he gets shot. And then he's like, I'm not going down, Kappa,"
Mhm.
and then he gets shot to death, and he falls to his death. And it's all in a day's work being a cop here in the city. This is just how some stories end, which you could also have witnessed if you had downloaded some of the only DLC that was ever made for the Rockstar game LA Noire,
Oh, is
where
that in there?
they do a chapter called Naked
Mm-hmm.
City, and it's this story again.
Did they pay copyright for that?
You don't get to be Rockstar successful without dressing your ideas up as homages.
Really?
That's
In
right.
what sense?
I just say fuck
Okay.
it.
I'm fine with that. I'm more than fine with that.
It's a wink. It's a wink to the audience. For the ones paying attention.
Hmm. I don't know about
So,
that.
anyways, that's the
Is
movie.
it?
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
good. It's enjoyable, fun little movie,
Sure.
but I don't know if it's not a high watermark of noir by any means.
Why do people say it is
Dassin's
though?
made. Do they? I think it's kind of cool that like the opening of this on the Criterion channel has this big bit about how like unavailable this
Mm-hmm.
was in any good form, and I think the restoration of it's like so nice looking. The cinematography is really nice, the style of it, the fact that a TV show got made out of it,
Mm-hmm.
I think definitely add to why anyone talks about it at all, because it feels pretty straightforward to me. But yeah, it looks good, and yeah, it's all shot on location, which is just like, yeah, that's what movies should be like. Good that someone was doing it back then. So that's kind of like a footnote in terms of like novelty. Story wise, though, I mean, I don't know. There's nothing really to write home about. It's kind of just exactly what you expect from a police
Mm-hmm.
procedural in this sort of setup. It's not clever. by any means. It's got scoop slams and it's got weird wrestling guy, which that I'm all down with that.
I mean, that is cool. That is good stuff. That is good stuff.
Yeah, no, Naked City's decent. There's definitely worse films you could be watching in the Criterion Collection. That's for sure. I didn't mind rewatching this, but I think I'm good for a long, long time.
Mm.
A long, long time. But there you go.
Well, I mean,
RJ, what did you think of The Naked City, aka Naked City?
more like not naked
Yeah, that's true.
or the baked beans, Bean City.
Baked City.
Except there was none.
Nice.
Like
No one's getting baked.
well, not even that. It's just this movie needed a guy eating beans out of a can. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so what are you talking about?
I just like I was watching this movie and I was like, you know what this movie's missing? Nobody's eating beans. Like all the way these dudes are talking and like the way like it's New York. Oh, give me a root beer. Oh, and all the things that were happening in this, I was like, I just feel like a lot more people would be eating beans in this. Like I know that's a very like subjective thing to myself. It was just that's all I could think about when I watched this movie. After I bring it up, do you agree? Do you think people should have been eating beans in this?
I feel like beans have dominated the screen for so
Ah,
long that
I see.
maybe it's time for let other
Let root beer shine.
options exist on the screen. Yeah, I mean root beer. I mean, I think it's like kind of just it's a
Mm.
fixture of American
Mm-hmm.
cinema. But I mean, what about cream corn?
I do
I mean,
like
I know
cream corn. Yeah,
David Lynch dabbled in that.
Garbanzola.
He liked that cream
Yep.
corn, garbanzola.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we got picks out there. I got some things. So I mean, I didn't feel like beans were missed.
Um. Okay, that's fine. I mean, root beer does have the spotlight for a while, which I'm also on board with. I like a little rupper in there. What I think of Naked City, I think I don't know. Maybe the title is more wildly spread than people who've seen the movie or something. Because when I went into this, like what I brought up before, I was like, do people love this fucking movie? Like, is everyone real shit in their pants over this because they think it's really good? That's kind of what I thought when I went into it. Um, I think it's okay. Like, there's stuff I like in it. I definitely fell asleep at one point.
Oh
I
yeah.
woke up. I woke
Okay.
up for sure, and I rewound it. Like I watched the entire movie, but I can't
Okay.
remember like 25 minutes in or something. I definitely fell asleep for like 10-15 minutes. And then I woke up and I went, oh shit, I was watching a movie for the podcast. So I rewound it, and then I was like, oh okay, I got it, I got you. And I think I absorbed a lot of it unconsciously. Like in my sleep, like I
Okay.
absorbed the dialogue. Yeah,
Osmosis.
it went in through my skin or something.
I
but
see. I did that too.
this movie definitely put me asleep. I think it's I think it's all right. Like there's some stuff I liked. I like their narration. I do like I like the consistent narration throughout it where like
Yeah.
this is a man. He is eating a hot dog. People in the city like hot dogs.
Every
Every
day,
day,
a man.
18 million hot dogs are consumed in New York alone. This is the naked city. Boom boom. Then you go, that's cool. I like that. I do like how, like you said earlier, I like how they're just showing like the petty crime stuff, and it's like these men is disposing a body. I don't know if there's any narration in it, but
No.
I like that too. Uh,
You gotta talk about the depths of which the human soul can descend.
Humans can do great things. They can pick you up when you're down. They can also take you out when you least expecting it, and then you go, oh shit, that ain't good. So we got that going for us, which is pretty crazy. Uh, I like that stuff. I do like the noir stuff. I do like dudes throwing each other into rivers, and I like the wrestling guy. I think he's pretty cool. Like just in
Yeah.
terms of like as a man, It's like this dude loves wrestling, and
What about the killing women part?
listen, if you only focus on the negative, then that's all you're gonna get, right? Let's talk about the positives of this guy. Did you see the condition he was in?
I
You
noted it.
noted it? Okay. Okay. Yeah, his condition, brother, was exquisite. So I think that's what we really got to take out of this. Um, but in terms of like the mystery or like the crime noir stuff, I was like, I don't know, that's fine. Like you see some of it. I think you kind of know where it's going all the time. You know, a character really like fucking annoyed me was the red herring guy. Listen, I ain't never did.
Frank?
Yeah, he's like, I ain't never did nothing wrong. I know I lied a lot, but I'm telling you the truth right here. And then every single time the inspector, oh yeah, yeah, you're telling me the truth. All right, bring that guy in here. Bring him in here. This man was there, and he's telling me you's a liar. And then it happens like once, and you're just like, oh fuck, he smoked him. Nice. But then it happens again, and you're like, all right, guys, we can't believe this guy anymore. He's been caught in so many lies. Let's get over this. And then it happens like 2 or 3 more times, and you're just like, why do they keep pulling this guy in? Every single time. Listen, fellas, I know I lied to you before, but I'm telling you the truth. And then they'll just bring in another guy, and they'll be like, he's lying. And then they go, fuck, we gotcha. It happens way more than it should. Do you know what I mean? It's like 4 or 5 times, and I don't think that's an exaggeration, where they catch this guy in a lie, like blatantly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I was by the 4th or 5th time, I was kind of just like, I know, I get it. He doesn't tell the truth.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
like, so I was kind of tired of it at that point. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's got some cool stuff in there. Like, I like the narration. I like a couple of the characters, but I do think I think some of it is a little bit it's a little tired, Jarrett.
Wow. In 1948, it was fresh as
Well,
daisies.
that's what I mean. This movie's 200 years old, so like, the fuck are you gonna do? You know what I mean? 200 years old. Oh.
Hey, but you know, I mean, some of our dear listeners have been logging this and seem to be big fans, so it's working for
I
some.
see that.
So
I
I
see that.
mean, yeah, people are liking
Yep.
it.
Yep. I mean, and that's what I mean. Like, I thought people fucking they were shitting their pants over this movie, Jared, is what I noticed. But I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Oh well.
There you go.
Too bad. People are gonna fucking lose it on us, but it's just like, guys, it's
Nah.
we're not saying it's bad. It's just fine.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's just fine.
Well, you want to hear from some people who hate this
Sure.
movie. Okay. Okay. Glenn Stan 12.
Oh, okay.
Half a star. If I have to watch one more black and white film where everyone talks in a transatlantic accent, I'm going to rip the hair off my scalp.
Well, then stop watching them. It's real fucking easy, dude.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch
turn
any of
them
these
off.
movies anymore. Then don't fucking watch them.
Well, I mean, don't we do that? Don't we say that every
Yeah, I know,
fucking
but this
week?
guy has no podcast.
We don't know that.
Allegedly.
We might.
Fit
So is this person named Glenn, or
Glenn
are they a
Stan?
stand for Glenn? Or are they the 12th Glenn
I think
Stan?
they're the 12th Glenn Stan, is what it is.
Yeah.
Favorite film?
Like Glenn Danzig
Ooh.
fan?
Is he in Mastodon?
He could be. I bet you. I wouldn't rule it out.
I like that. I like that.
Are they? Are they? The question is, are they on Mastodon?
Fuck, few people are, buddy. Few people are. This person likes Lady Bird Arrival, 13 going on 30, and Shrek 2.
Yeah.
Shrek 2.
Sounds like Johnny Carson here.
Really big shoe.
This one just makes me laugh. Is Piccolo Sam Rudolph, 1 star. Not many things take me 2 sittings to watch.
What a scamp, this Sam. Eh? This Piccolo Sam.
Says it all.
I like their little tagger where they live. It says, "Doesn't matter. I don't want to live here anyway." And I went, "You got him, Sam. You scamp." Here's a bio for you. I did not pre-read this. I don't know if this is gonna be funny or not, but I'm reading it anyways. Call me Sam.
Okay.
That's why it's in quotes. She, her, hers, they, them, theirs is also acceptable. Asexual spectrum. Achiosexual. Aromantic. I'm not familiar with those things. I have a BA in film and media arts. I have a AS in music. I was a dancer. I worked in retail for far longer than I wanted to. I've worked on film and TV. I write scripts. Buffalo Bills fan. I occasionally use my knowledge when I watch films, and sometimes I turn my brain off and enjoy stuff for what it is at face value. I have an extremely unhealthy obsession with awards season, especially the Oscars. There is really no method to how I rate stuff. I just go by what I feel at the time.
You're still talking.
If I rated something that you like very low, it's because we're not the same. People people are allowed to like and dislike different things. 5 stars. Anything logged before pandemic is from a ticket stub I saved. I swear I'm not a hoarder.
You've started to drift into this southern
It
accent.
was just natural. It felt natural.
As time goes on, as soon as you said ticket stuff,
It just felt natural with what this person was saying. I
all I can say is, you know what they'd be happier doing, RJ?
What's that?
If they could dance.
I want to dance. I know. I like that. I like that. What is achiosexual, Jarrett? Do you know what that is?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why would I? Why?
I don't know. You're a learned man. I thought maybe you would know what this is.
Well, I have to see how it's spelled.
AKIO.
I got it.
And then there's a red square, an orange square, a yellow square, a white square, black square. Ooh, is that bandana code? Do you think?
These terms refer to someone who can feel sexual or romantic attraction, but doesn't want those feelings to be returned by whoever they're attracted to. There you go.
Okay.
You learned something.
Okay. That's why you gotta ask questions, and that's why I brought it up. I didn't know what it was. I gotta ask questions.
And their profile pic is a photo of like a billboard display thing for 8.5 or something.
Do you think that dude was achiosexual?
No.
Do you think he was aggressive, or do you think he was Italiosexual?
There exactly.
Yeah. So that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Sam, you scamp.
Damn, some people making jokes about cops. Yeah. Trevor Time, 1 star. Definitely holds up in parts, and I like the realistic landscapes. I don't love the cheeky narrator, but I do appreciate the element that adds. I couldn't really follow the plot 100% though. I knew it wasn't who was obvious. 1 star. Oh, man,
Trevor Time. Location: Boston, Beantown. They said. Bio: I had a good profile, I swear. I just want to change it. And I keep changing it, and I'll switch to something, I swear. Just don't hate me because you hate me. Hate me for something else, okay? Come on.
How about Wee Hunk? 1 star. There are pictures out there clearly undeserving of a Best Picture award, like The Greatest Show on Earth. Well, this one mysteriously won Best Cinematography. I have rarely seen such pedestrian work. This is TV show quality. The acting is bad. The voiceover is annoying. This is no film noir.
Okay. Wee Hunk with a profile picture of Richard Ayoade. They say, I like frogs. Don't take my reviews seriously. I don't. I don't know why people need to kind of preface that. Like, I'm not like being mean or bullying here. It's just like, why do you got to be like, don't take my stuff seriously? Like, is that self-deprecation stuff because they're insecure, or is it just?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Just
yes,
fucking own it, dude.
yes,
You and me do the best
yeah,
podcast on fucking planet Earth. Own that shit. We're the only Criterion
yeah,
podcast. Just live your
yeah.
truth.
Well, that's a lie.
We're the only one. Live your truth. Live your truth.
Actually
People didn't
incorrect.
even know about Criterion before us, so
That also
live
not
your truth.
true. Oh, live your truth. Have a podcast and you can see whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
That's
Live your
true.
truth. Mm-hmm.
Control your something.
That's another thing.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
thing. Well, I don't know, RJ. Do you have any final thoughts on the Naked City?
I thought it was fine. People are gonna fucking
Yeah.
shit on me or something because I
Ah,
didn't
well,
love this
they do that.
movie.
They do it because they love
I
you.
know. I think it's fine. I got no strong feelings against it other than the lack of beans. I thought it was fine. I just don't think it was super hot. It's like, don't get me all hot and horny. You know what I mean?
So on the this this was on Hot or Not. Not.
With a Borat going not.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the scat?
On a 1 to 10,
Yeah, on Hot or Not.
6.
That's fine.
Mid.
Then Naked City sees that and they see their score. They go, "Oh my god, I gotta delete this photo. I gotta put a new one up at a better
Felt
angle."
cute. Might delete later. IDK.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of those guys say, you know?
That's what those guys say.
Yeah.
Well, after the break, we're gonna climb up that bridge in New York. You know the place where we all know New York, all only because we watch movies, not because we actually live there.
Is that the setting of the Spider-Man game?
I bet it is. I bet you could reenact the Naked City. You could scoop slam some criminals into the water.
Is that a real place?
RJ, you could see RJ. You could do whatever you want in that game. You could
Really?
hurt people however you want, just like Grand Theft Auto. It's a sandbox game, a sandbox of murder.
Really?